that. And so if I am so focused on staying on the line, I can't fulfill my assignment. But my God is big enough to handle my fault, my strokes, grubs, my mess ups, because he's already prepared for what I might do. He knows what I'm going to do before I do it, and he already made preparation for me before I get there. What follows darkness is light. That darkness is the indicator that light is getting ready to shine. So there it is in Genesis, when darkness was upon the face of the deep, and God in the spirit form moved upon the face of the waters, and then God said, let there be. Because darkness precedes the light. Are you understanding what I'm saying? But he needs the darkness there so that God can move upon the face of the deep, so that the shift can take place. Listen, look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor that shift take place in the darkness. Oh God, y'all didn't hear what I just said. Everybody's not going to see the shift that's happening. They see the chaos, but they don't see the shift. They see all the craziness going on in your life, but they don't understand that underneath the darkness, God is moving in secret. He's moving in quiet. He's moving in the hidden places. He's moving in the cracks and the corners and the crevices. He's moving in places that you cannot see. And when the light comes, they're going to see a new order. Afraid to dream, afraid to imagine. But I'm here to tell you that you are an infinite, limitless, boundless being. Are you willing to do what is necessary to have what you desire?
Thank you for joining us. Please take a moment and like the Facebook page. Subscribe to the YouTube page and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we go live. If you are finding value in these enrichment sessions, please consider supporting this page financially. Your donations allow us to continue to provide spiritual enlightenment, self-exploration, and kingdom knowledge. Also, consider becoming a partner because partnerships have this privilege. As a partner, you'll be able to attend our annual Partners Only Summer Summit, join us for our 6 a.m. virtual daily guided meditation sessions, weekly advanced empowerment sessions, regular prophetic insights and instructions, 30% discount on all Emerge books and merchandise, and a custom Emerge t-shirt. You'll also gain full access to the private Emerge movement community page as well as group chats. Once again, thank you for watching.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Emerge Empowerment Session. I'm your host, Isaac J. Miles Sr., and I am ecstatic that you have chosen to join me this morning to be with us in this conscious conversation today as we talk about 6 laws of abundance. The 6 laws of abundance. This is going to be a real good conversation, and will probably give you some insight and enlightenment on the area of abundance. Money is an issue that's kind of a touchy thing with a lot of people, yet we all desire more money. We could all use more money, yet we don't like to really talk about money. But if you're going to have more money, if you're going to attract money, if you're going to create wealth, then you got to get comfortable having the conversation around money. So today we're going to have a little conversation. We're going to talk about some of the laws that govern abundance, prosperity, increase, wealth, and money, so that you're able to begin to attract the kind of money into your life that you desire, not for your own greed, okay, but for the purpose of your life, and so that you're able to create and curate the kind of life that you desire and begin to create generational wealth and a legacy that leaves more behind for your children than just a bunch of bills and tears. Y'all not saying anything. Come on. So we're going to get into that in just a few moments, but let me ask you to do something for me real quick. I'm going to ask you to take a moment and tag this video with as many people as you possibly can to invite them to come over and be a part of this conversation. I can promise you that it's going to be enlightening, empowering, and encouraging, inspirational. So invite them to come over and take part in this conscious conversation. Go ahead and tag them in the comments right now. Put their names in there and invite them over. It'll alert them that we are on the air. Do me another favor, if you will, and like this video, whether you're on Facebook or you're watching us on YouTube. Like the video. That sets the algorithm in motion, you know, and so it begins to broaden and expand our audience by you liking the video. And share it as well, if you please. Share it on your page, share it in your group chat, share it with your family, your friends, with your mom and them, and your cousin them, and all the rest of them, and invite them to be a part of the conversation, and share it with people that you know it will have a positive impact on their life, because you know how they are managing or mismanaging their finances. And this is a way of being able to maybe give them some guidance along the way and start being able to manage their money in a much better way, and then to be able to create wealth. So go ahead and do that for me real quick. Say hello, if you will, if you're in the chat. I am going to go over here real quick and say hello to those of you who are already here. Hello, Diana. I see you, Camoria. I see you, Theresa. I see you, Dee, and there are probably a lot more of you that are showing on the screen, but you're not saying anything in the comments. Say good morning, say hello, grand rising, I say, or whatever you want to say to me, so I can acknowledge your presence and your being here. Why am I talking so fast and so hype? I guess because I'm excited about being able to share. I need to slow it down and not talk quite as fast, because it seems like I'm just racing through. I'm just flying, man. Great day. Okay. There. I think I got a handle on it now. I just noticed how fast I was talking. But I am so glad to see you, that you're on here and that you are participating in this conversation that we're having this morning. Okay. Get a towel here just in case I start sweating, because I kind of feel like I'm getting real hyped already, and this might be one of those times when I start breaking out in a sweat, and I need to have something to help me to manage my sweativity. Boy said sweativity. I don't know exactly what that is, but I made it up. That's a good word. Okay. Sweativity. Okay. So there are a couple of things that I wanted to mention as well. I want to invite those of you who are watching to consider being a partner with the Emerge movement. Emerge is a spiritual, virtual community of like-minded believers that have come together, and we are centered on advancing everybody's ability to continue their spiritual journey on their way to wholeness. We're about equipping you and empowering you with the tools that you need to be able to cultivate the type of life that you desire. It's not like a brick and mortar church, and it's not a situation where there's anybody trying to manipulate or control your life. But what I am simply trying to do is to put in your hands the tools that you need in order for you to create the life that you desire. Because you are the one who is ultimately in control of your life. You get to decide what your destiny is going to be. You get to decide how you're going to live and experience this life. Contrary to popular belief, your life is not a series of accidents and coincidences. Your life is not already planned out in that you're just walking along and being controlled like a marionette or a puppet that's being controlled as you just navigate this three-dimensional experience that we call life and earth. No, you play a part. You have the freedom to choose the kind of life that you're going to experience. And if you don't like the life that you're experiencing right now, you have the power to change it. You and you alone have the power to change it. Let me say that again. You and you alone have the power to change your life. Nobody else can change it for you. I don't care how much they pray for you and they intercede and spit bubbles and pour oil on your head. I don't care how many times you fall out, roll on the floor and holler and kick and buck. I don't care how much you speak in tongues and jump over pews, spin around in circles, slap your neighbor, high five your neighbor, punch your neighbor, hit the neighbor in their side. I don't care how many times they have you to walk forward, run around the building, jump down, turn around, pick a bag of posy, or any of those other things, those other kind of spiritual calisthenics that they do inside of a church or inside of a mosque or inside of a synagogue or a temple. You and you alone are the only one who has the power to change your life. You get to change directions. You get to change the trajectory of your life. You get to change goals. You get to change the outcome. You get to change the destiny at any point in time for your life. You are ultimately in control of what goes on in your life, what your life experience is going to look like. And so, like I said to you before, that if you don't like what you're experiencing, if the life that you are living right now is not your highest vision and version of the life that you desire, you and you alone have the power and the authority and the right and the ability to change it. You alone. You alone. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Just as I said that no preacher, prophet, or imam or guru can change your life, nobody else is responsible for your life but you. I said it, and let me say it again so that it registers deep down in your spirit. Let me say it for the people that are sitting in the back and playing with a book and not really paying attention. Pay attention to what I'm telling you. You are solely responsible for your life. Whatever your life turns out to be, whatever the experience, whatever the outcome is, it is 100% your responsibility. It's not your mama's fault, your daddy's fault, your sister's fault, your cousin's fault, your brother's fault. It's not the trauma that you experience's fault. It's not a relationship's fault, your ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, ex-wife, ex-husband. It's not the neighborhood you were brought in, not the culture that you came up in, not the church that you attended. It's not the pastor's fault, the preacher's fault, the guru's fault, the imam's fault, the minister's fault. It's not your third grade teacher or your fifth grade social studies teacher. It's not your principal. It's not any of these other people. It's not any of these other things. All of those things may have been present, and all of them may have played a role in influencing you. But when it comes down to it, ladies and gentlemen, it is ultimately your responsibility to make the decisions and choices that are necessary for you to create the kind of life that you desire. It is up to you to have the gumption, the gut, the courage to be able to walk away from those things that don't serve you, and then also the wisdom, the intuition, and the good sense to embrace those things that do serve you. Lord have mercy, I feel like I'm preaching already better than you saying amen. Let me say that again one more time for the people that are sitting in the back. It is absolutely your responsibility for you to have the courage, the gumption, the wherewithal to be able to walk away from those things that no longer serve you. They don't fit. They don't align with you. They don't serve your highest good. They are doing nothing but creating destruction and distraction in your life. And it is equally your responsibility to be willing to use your wisdom, your intuition, your own discerning to embrace those things that do serve you, no matter how hard or how difficult they are, no matter how challenging they are, no matter how outside of the norm they may seem to be. You have a responsibility to embrace fully those things that align themselves with your highest vision and version of your life. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, it's your life. You get to decide what it's going to look like. You get to choose how you're going to live it. It's your life. Somebody say that in the comments real quick. It's your life. Say it right. It's my life. It's my life. It's not my mama's life, my daddy's life, my sister, my cousin, my brother, my teacher, my pastor, my wife, my husband. It's nobody else's life but mine. Come on, put it in the comments real quick. Y'all got to type faster than this because I'm talking fast already and I'm already feeling hype. So I just need for y'all to just come on and flow with me. Jump in this river and let's swim. Come on. Write it in there. It's my life. It's my life. It's my life. This is my life. Mine and mine alone. It's my life. And you can think what you want to think about it, say what you want to say about it, perceive it in the way that you want to perceive it. That ain't got jack, Jiminy, nothing to do with me. It is my life. You like it or you can lump it. It doesn't matter with me. It is my life. I'm not trying to please anybody else. I'm not trying to get your approval. I'm not trying to get you to affirm me. I'm not trying to get you to like me, love me, or hang with me, be attracted to me. This is my life. And ultimately, I have to do what is best for my life. Every single person is responsible for doing what is best for their life. Do you hear what I'm saying? We spend so much of our time trying to live in a masquerade, trying to live a life that reflects in a way that other people will approve of it, affirm it, will love you, like you, enjoy you, want to be around you, be attracted to you, and you do the things that you think will garner their attention or garner their approval, or somehow they're going to pat you on the back and tell you how great you are, how wonderful you are, and what you are doing is leaving yourself breathless and tired and exhausted trying to pretend to be all of these different things that you aren't, when what you should do is learn to fully embrace your true and authentic self with all of your blemishes and all of your hang-ups and hookups and fall-offs and your mess-ups. Embrace yourself with all of your strengths as well as your weaknesses. Embrace yourself with all of your intelligence, your brilliance, your brightness, your ability, your capacity, as well as all of your deficiencies, your liabilities and struggles and challenges that you have. Embrace your true and authentic self and show up as yourself 100% of the time. Because listen to me, God, the universe, the spirit world, the kingdom of God does not bless who you pretend to be. It blesses who you truly are. And while you might be able to fool some of the people some of the time, and while you might be able to put on such a good game, many people might not see who you really are, and they may be deceived into thinking that you are this other person that you portray to be. The one person that you can never fool is you. You thought I was getting ready to say God, didn't you? Well, I did say God because I said you as well. You and God are one. You are the reflection and the image and the likeness of God. And so every time you look inside that mirror, you're looking in the face of God, and you know you. You can move to another city, but when you get there, you'll still be there. You can change jobs, change your clothes, change your hair. But when you change all of that, you are still there. And you know you understand you see you when nobody else sees you. And while you're pretending and playing with everybody else, you still got to come home and deal with you. Are you hearing me? So you may as well then create the you that you want to be and live authentically in your truth, in your reality. Live authentically, and those that are meant to attach to you, those that are meant to be a part of your life will automatically be drawn to you, and they will enter into covenant with you, and you'll have that interconnectedness, that relationship, that bond that cannot be broken without you having to strive and try and cry and beg and plead. It'll just happen naturally because they are aligned with the same energy, the same vibration, the same spirit that you have. And those that are not, then okay. That's okay. It doesn't make them a bad person. Doesn't make them evil, wicked. It doesn't make you a bad person. It just means that we're not connected in that way, that we're not vibing in that way at this moment. We don't know what's going to happen down the road. Don't know what will happen over time. We may come back together again later on at a more opportune time and vibe absolutely perfectly, but that now is not the right time. But you got to be comfortable in your own skin with who you are and where you are right now. And I'm talking to some of you that are on here right now. I feel this coming up in my spirit already intuitively, that there are some of you that are on here that have all kinds of little quirks and crazy little things about yourself, and seem little odd things and idiosyncrasies and eccentric behaviors that you think, man, I can't let people know about this because they'll think I'm crazy. You are crazy. Not crazy in a bad way. You're kind of crazy. And guess what? There's somebody out there that can match your crazy, that will align with your crazy, with your kookiness, with your eccentricities, that will align with your idiosyncrasies, that will align with all of your little quirks and all your little crazy little things that you got on. Man, they will align with it perfectly. It won't bother them. It won't irritate them. They won't irritate you, and the two of you will go along and do just absolutely fine. You complement each other. Love who you are with all your quirks and with all of your little eccentricities. Love who you are, because you're not alone. You're not by yourself. You are not. I guarantee you there are other people that like the same kind of things that you like and that move the same way that you move. You are not alone. There is some people out there, your tribe out there, that complement who you are, and you complement who they are. And that is always evolving and changing as you evolve and change. The one constant in this life, please listen to this. This is very important that you get this. The one constant in the universe is change. The one singular constant, the one thing that is always 100% of the time happening is change. You are always evolving. You are always changing. You are a different person in the next moment than you are in this moment. You are always evolving, always changing, always expanding, always growing, always becoming. You are being and becoming at the same time. That is always taking place. And so while you may find your tribe right now and fit in absolutely perfectly with them, that tribe may change over a week or over 2 weeks or over 3 weeks or over a month or over a year as you evolve and you grow. It doesn't make the former tribe bad. It just simply means that now it's time for you to move on to the next phase in your journey. We are all on a spiritual journey to ourselves. Oh, God. Let me say that again. I don't know if you just caught that one. That just went right over some of your heads. I said we are all on a spiritual journey to ourselves, to return to our original state of being, our original intent for being in the earth. We are returning to our divine self, that part of ourselves that we forgot about, that somehow got buried underneath all of the traumas and experiences and the exterior influences like your mom, your dad, your cousins, and your environment, your culture, your religion, all of those things bombarding your mind with an idea of what you should be. And so your true self got buried underneath. And we are all now, the soul's journey, the soul's primary mission in the earth and in this existence is to try and return to its original state and rediscover, are you hearing me? Its own divinity, its own unique divinity. There's a text in the Bible that says, that in Psalm chapter 23, that's a very familiar psalm, that makes the statement, he restoreth my soul. He restoreth my soul. Now, just from the on the surface right there, we already know that there is something very key here. Restores my soul means that something came along and broke my soul. Something caused it to be disjointed and disconnected and broken and fragmented. Something happened in my life that caused my soul to be broken into little pieces. And those pieces look like your experiences and your traumas and your external influences. They look like what your mama poured into you, your daddy, your sister, your cousin, your environment, your culture poured into, and all these things that try to tell you who you are and give you an identity that is different from the one that you had when you came into this three-dimensional form. But the scripture says that God restores, oh my goodness, will restore you back to your original state. Push the reset button and get you back to how your soul was, that soulful being that you were when you entered this three-dimensional form. In the Hebrew, that word restored is the Hebrew word shub. It means to reset and reconfigure to an original state. He resets and reconfigures my soul, my mind, my consciousness, my being, my isness to the original state that it was when I entered this three-dimensional form. Before the world began, when I, in co-creation with God, made the choice to enter this three-dimensional realm at the exact moment that I did, I came with a full conscious awareness of my original intent, my purpose for being in this earth. And then these external influences, even in utero, while I was in my mother's womb, began to try and give me a different identity, a different mission, a different understanding of my isness, my being. And so they gave me a name that didn't match my reality. They gave me a purpose or a goal or a vision for my life that didn't align with my purpose, because mama was this or daddy was that. Then they decided I was going to be this and I was going to be that. Maybe they weren't this, that, or the other. And so they decided they wanted you to become that because they never had the chance to. And so they started trying to live their life vicariously through you, and you were pushed into things and into a profession and into a particular arena that was really not designed for you, but you're living out the fantasy or the dream of someone else. And then you have cultural experiences and influences, and you have religious experiences. Then Reverend Cutthroat start telling you you're supposed to be like this, and Mother Hoodoo start telling you you're supposed to live like this, and Mother knows you got to live, and this is the way it was, and this is how it was when I was a child. And so you got to come along the same road that I walked, because if it was good enough for mama, it's good enough for you. No, it is not. What was for mama was for mama, and what is for you is for you. You have your own original intent. You have your own unique sense of being, and so there is something that is designed uniquely for you. And so in the process of all of that, you forget who you really are, the soul starts to lose itself in the minutia and all of the dysfunction of life and all of the cares and the affairs and the influences that come from all these different corners and different avenues that are trying to get it to be something that it's not. And the soul is so buried that it's just gasping for air. And then finally, you have an encounter with the divine, the all of everything, with God itself, and you start to get a remembrance, a flicker of light comes on in your conscious mind, and you go, wait a minute, this isn't who I am. Well, I don't even like this. And you muster up the courage to start saying no to some things that you had automatically said yes to because you thought you had to. And now you start to realize that's not who I am at all. And that's what my job is. My job in this empowerment session, in this Emerge ministry, is to trigger your thoughts, a reminder inside you, a reminder to reconfigure your mind, to trigger a thought, a memory inside of you of who you really are by reminding you of the fact that you are a divine emanation of God, that you are a divine being, that you are limitless, infinite, powerful, that you are mighty, that you have the capacity and the ability to achieve anything that you desire, to remind you of your brilliance, your beauty, your greatness, your tenacity, your spirit, your anointing, your power, your ability, your capacity, to remind you that there is nothing wrong with you. Let me say that again in the mic real clear. There is nothing wrong with you. Let me repeat that again for the people that are suffering in silence. There is nothing wrong with you. I don't care what that man said, that woman said, your mama, your cousin, or anybody else said. There is nothing wrong with you. You may do some things that are not wonderful, that are not beautiful, that are not nice. You may make some errors, you may make mistakes, but those things do not define you. There is nothing wrong with you. I need you to put this in the comment, and I need you to write it in capital letters. There's nothing wrong with me. Write it right now in the comments emphatically. You can put 10 exclamation points behind it. There is nothing wrong with me. Come on, write it in the comments right now. I am that I am. I am who I've been created to be. There is nothing wrong with me. 7 little words. Write it emphatically. Write it. There is nothing wrong with me. Y'all moving too slow, man. I don't know whether the comments are moving slow or y'all just writing slow, but y'all need to keep up because I'm moving. So let's come on. There is nothing wrong with me. Nothing. I don't care what the preacher said about you. You were born in sin and shapen in iniquity. Did I use a lie? No, I was not. That was David speaking out of his own depression about his own life. He was feeling bad about himself. Don't try and put that stuff off on me. I was not born in no sin or shapen in iniquity. I was born as the righteousness of God in the earth. I was born as a divine image and likeness of the Almighty God. I was born holy, righteous, pure, deserving, worthy. I was born right, good, and worth and righteous. I was born in the likeness of Almighty God. There is absolutely nothing wrong with me. Nothing. Nothing. I'm saying it to you right now. There is nothing wrong with me. You don't need to be saved. There ain't nothing to save you from. Now, I'll say it again. You don't need to be saved because there's nothing to save you from. You don't need to be saved because there is nothing to be saved from. There is nothing to be saved from. You are the divine reflection of the all of everything. You are the divine isness of God in 3-dimensional form. There is nothing wrong, nothing missing, nothing broken. The only thing that's wrong anywhere within your vicinity is how you view yourself, how you see yourself, how you perceive yourself. And you only view yourself in that manner because you've been given those glasses, those lenses, experiences. And so you see yourself through the lens of what your daddy said and your mama said and your trauma said and your cousin said and your granddaddy said and the church said and religion said and your experiences said and your neighborhood said and your culture said. And so you keep looking through those lenses. But I'm telling you to take off those colored glasses and see yourself for who you really are. There's an old song that was written years ago where the brother saying, I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. All the clouds are gone. All of that minutia is moved out of the way, and I'm able to recognize the purity, the righteousness, the holiness, the goodness that is in me, that I am. Don't you dare adopt any other mindset about yourself. Let this mind be in you that was also in Jesus the Christ. What was that mind? Who thought it not robbery to see himself as being equal with God, as being one with God. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And if that's how Christ saw it himself, then that's how you need to see yourself. Let that mind be in you. See yourself as equal with God, as one with God, as righteous with God, as pure with God, as holy with God. If there is nothing wrong with God, then there is nothing wrong with you. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Ooh, I haven't even gotten to the laws of abundance. I just took off and then ran down a whole nother field before I could even get to the laws of abundance. Oh my goodness, have mercy. We're going to get to the laws. Hopefully we will at least. I don't use up half my time just trying to get to that point. But I need you to understand this. There is nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you. It's that mindset that has kept you in limbo, that has kept you in captivity, that has put you in bondage, that has kept you constrained and held in abeyance from really experiencing the abundant life. God, Jesus is reported to have said, I am come that you might have life and that you might have it more abundantly. The word might is the operative word, that you have the opportunity to experience the abundant life. It's not guaranteed that you will, because you got to make the right choices in order to experience that abundance. You have the opportunity to, but you got to start seeing yourself for who you are and recognize that you're not some messed up, lost, dreaded, deadly, messed up, broken, lost junkie that's in the muck and the mire, climbing up the rough side of the mountain, sinful and on your way to hell, got the handcuffs of hell on your feet, shackles of damnation on your hand, too mean to live and not fit to die, and all the rest of that other nonsense, and recognize that there is nothing wrong with you. It's that mindset that has held you in captivity, that's held you in prison. That's why you're not experiencing abundance. That's why you're not experiencing the kind of increase and prosperity that is available for you to experience in life. That's one of the major reasons you don't think you deserve to prosper. You don't think that you deserve to have it all. You don't think that you deserve to experience abundance. You don't think that you're supposed to have money. You don't think that you're supposed to be wealthy and healthy and whole. You think that you're supposed to struggle, that somehow being struggling is like a badge of honor or something like that. Man, you don't know the struggle like I know the struggle. I don't want to know it like you know it. Are you hearing what I'm saying? That ain't nothing to be proud of. That ain't nothing to wear as a badge of honor. I don't want to know the struggle like you know it. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. I don't want to know either. You keep seeing it. See it all by yourself. I don't want to know. Okay, did you hear what I said? I ain't trying to know that. I'm not trying to live in struggle. I'm not trying to see who's going to be able to out-struggle the other one. I'm not trying to compete with you and you talking about, oh, child, that ain't nothing. Let me tell you what I went through. Oh, child, well, that ain't nothing. Let me tell you what I went through. Y'all can have that. I ain't in no competition to see who had it worse. I'm in the competition to see who's going to have it best. I'm trying to live my life abundantly. I'm trying to live it in prosperity. I'm trying to live it in happiness. I'm trying to live it in peace. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And as long as you are operating from that mindset, then you will continuously experience more and more of that struggle because that's what you believe that you deserve. But I'm here to tell you there is nothing wrong with you. Even these laws of abundance that I'm getting ready to give you, they won't work for you if you don't believe that you deserve abundance. Lord have mercy, let me say that again. I said, even with these universal laws of abundance that I'm getting ready to give to you, they won't work for you if you don't believe that you deserve abundance. If you don't believe that you deserve to be blessed, that you deserve to be wealthy, that you deserve to be healthy, that you deserve to experience prosperity and increase in your life, that it's yours, that it's your birthright, that you are energetically, harmoniously aligned with the energy of money and wealth, prosperity and increase and abundance, then they won't work for you. They'll just be words coming out of your mouth with no meaning. There'll be a sounding brass and a tinkling cymbal. They will just be another ritual that you'll try and carry out. And then when you don't get results, you'll want to turn around and blame me. He must be a lying prophet. He told me if I did this was going to happen. It didn't happen. I knew it wasn't going to work. And that's exactly why it did not work. Don't be trying to blame me. Use a lie. I'm not to blame. I'm giving you some truth. I'm giving you a full-fledged, 100% proven facts that it will absolutely work. But you got to believe that you are worthy to be blessed, worthy, righteous enough, good enough to receive all the goodness of the Lord. Unless you would believe to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living, then you never will. Do you hear what I say? That's what David said. David says, I would have fainted. I would have fallen. I would have given up. I would have expired. I would have fallen in the depression unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. I'm believing for the goodness and mercy that's following me. I'm believing for the goodness of the Lord to not only chase me down, but to overtake me. I'm believing that I deserve every nickel, dime, dollar that comes my way. I believe that every dollar I spend has to return to me multiplied. I believe that everything that I touch has to multiply and increase. I believe that everything that I do is going to prosper. Every thought that I think creates a possible reality, and I get to choose the road and the journey and the path that I'm going to take. I believe that everything that I decree and I declare begins to take form. I believe that I receive it and I shall have it. Now, if you don't believe that about yourself, then that's the main battle that you got to fight right now. These laws ain't going to do you no good. These laws they will do no good at all. They will be nothing but a bunch of empty words emptied into your mind and into your spirit, and they will produce absolutely nothing because of what you believe about yourself. But you have got to begin to hold as your truth that I deserve all the good that the life, that the universe has to offer. I deserve all the good. Quit talking about I'm so unworthy, Lord. I'm just a worm in a poem. I'm terrible. I'm dirty. I'm filthy, Lord. But you look beyond my dirty, nasty, filthy soul and saw my needs, oh God. Oh God, I'm so unworthy, but you bless me. And anyway, you bless me, Lord, I'll be satisfied. You better stop that nonsense. That's the reason why you're struggling right now. That's why you don't have none. That's why you're living from paycheck to paycheck. That's why you're going through all the struggle meals right now, having to make beanie weenie every night. Don't get me wrong. I kind of like beanie weenie. It tastes pretty good. Now, that beanie weenie, it be kind of slapping. Okay? But I don't want to eat beanie weenie every night. Y'all ain't saying to me. And I'm not eating beanie weenie because I can't afford nothing else. Are you hearing what I'm saying? That's why you're struggling right now and eating struggle meals and ramen noodles and all the time. It's like, man, let me go and get these ramen noodles. I know how to stretch it and how to get by, and I know how to make it. And I'll turn a dime into $1. I know how to do this thing. That's the reason why. Because you think you're so unworthy. Because you think you're so unrighteous. And because you're like, oh, well, anyway, you bless me. Anything, like, it don't matter to me. I don't even care, Lord. I've been rebuked and I've been scorned. What in the hell? What's wrong with you? I know what's wrong. You were brought up the same way that I was. I was brought up with all those words and all those traditions and all of those cliches too. And I used to say them just like everybody else. I sure did, just like you say them right now, until I awaken to my own divinity and recognize who I am. and stop talking down about myself. Listen, how you talk to yourself is more important than how you talk to others. Ooh, goodness, I said it. Let me say it again. I said how you talk to yourself is more important than how you talk to others. Stop talking down on yourself and speaking bad about yourself. And don't nobody want me. Don't nobody like me. Don't nobody this. Ain't nobody gonna support my business. Don't nobody to support what I'm doing. I had to do it all by myself. Don't nobody work with me. Don't nobody love me. Don't nobody support me. My family don't care. My friend, all these so-called. As long as you keep talking that nonsense, that's gonna be your reality. The moment you stop doing it is the moment that you start changing your reality. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I say, do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear? I'm prophesying to about 4 of you that's on here right now. I don't want to call your name because I'm not trying to embarrass you, but I could call your name. You around here talking bad about yourself and bad about your situation. And don't nobody want to help me, and don't nobody like me, and don't nobody support me, and don't nobody do this for me. There ain't nobody. I have nobody when the water is troubled to put me in the water. I'm just laying here waiting on somebody. Don't nobody want to stand with me. Don't nobody like me. Nobody support my business. And that is the very reason that you are struggling right now. If you stop talking about yourself and talking about your business and talking about your circumstance and talking about your situation in that manner, you will begin to start seeing a change, and the people that are meant to be connected to you, that will support you and will help you, will come out the woodwork. You got to change your conversation, change your perception, and quit speaking negatively about your own self. I don't never have no money. I'm always broke. I ain't got this. I ain't got that. I need thee. Oh, I need thee every hour. I need thee. Oh, bless me now, my Savior. I come weeping and crying and broken and messed up and dysfunctional and tore up from the floor up in the muck into my Lord, if you please. And that's exactly what you get. I know it sounds kind of funny, but it's exactly that's what we were trained to do. And you think the uglier you look and the more you frown and cry and then you do that ugly face and oh God, Lord, I'm a mess. Lord, I'm a mess. Bless this mess, Lord. He ain't blessing no mess. Woo! I'm telling you, it's funny. It's hilarious, some of the nonsense that we were taught in church to do and thought somehow that would move God to work on our behalf. And it didn't work. And it didn't matter how many decades that it didn't work. We kept doing it because they convinced us that's what'll work. I don't know how they convinced us because we didn't get any proof that it worked. We sure didn't get any proof that it worked, but we kept on doing it. You got to stop thinking about yourself in those terms and see yourself for who you really are and that you are worthy, and started looking for and expecting the best. Anticipate great, extraordinary things happening in your life because you deserve it. Your presence demands it. Woo! Good God have mercy. Let me say it again. Your presence demands it. I don't care what wasn't working before I got here. And the fact that I'm here, it's got to work now. The fact that I showed up, oh yeah, it's got to flourish. It's got to prosper. It's got to come together. Why? Because my presence demands a response. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And so I'm going to give you these laws. I'm going to give them to you. I'm giving them to you. Lord have mercy. I just, I ain't got to them yet, but I'm getting to them. I promise you I am. What is it? Oh my goodness. I got 10 minutes to try and go through the laws. Great day in the morning. But everything that I said, I know absolutely needed to be said because I know my audience. I know who I'm talking to. I know the people that's on here listening to me right now. And something right now has awakened inside of you. Say, wait a minute, he's talking about me. That. You know what? That makes sense. That's true. I have been talking bad about myself. That's true. I did believe all of that nonsense about myself. I was right here talking about I'm just poor and buked and battered and scorned and in the muck and the mire and just trying to climb up a rough side of some freaking mountain. Man, let me cut all that nonsense out and start to reshape how you see yourself. See yourself as God sees you. See yourself as the divine reflection and image of the all of everything, the divine reflection of God Almighty El Shaddai. See yourself as God in human form, and then you know that there is nothing impossible, nothing implausible, nothing you cannot do, that you have infinite possibility, that you have infinite potential, that you have infinite power, that you have limitless ability to be able to create the life that you desire. Okay? You got to think like a God while you exist as a human. Woo! Goodness. That's an old one right there. But that, to some of y'all who've been following me for a while, remember that from back in the Antioch days. You got to think like a God while you exist as a human. Okay? You can't just be thinking in all these old human terms. You got to think like a God while you exist as a human. Then these laws will work for you. All these laws are put in place for your good. Are you hearing what I'm saying? All these universal laws are put in place and they work and they function 100% of the time, and they were put there for our good. But you got to approach them and engage them in the right mindset. All right, let me run through these laws real quick. Good Lord, I got 9 minutes. Well, no, I got 8 minutes. 8 minutes to do so. Whew. I need you to listen fast. I need you to listen fast. I might go over my 8 minutes by a little bit, but y'all just bear with me because you need this. You need this. Okay? I'm going to name them off real quick, then I'm going to go through and unpack each one of them. Number one is the law of cause and effect. That is the granddaddy of them all. The law of cause and effect. That is the foundational law of all of the other laws. It's the law of laws. The law of cause and effect, the law of sowing and reaping, the law of increase, the law of compensation, the law of circulation, the law of attraction. All right, did you get all 6 of those? I'm going to say it again, and whoever's on here that can type real fast, Didi, you on? I need you to scribe it out and write them down real fast so that everybody will see them in the comments so that I can keep going, okay? It is the law of cause and effect, the law of sowing and reaping, the law of increase, the law of circulation, the law of compensation, and the law of attraction. Did you get that? I ain't seen it popped up on my screen yet. Come on, Didi, type fast. Or somebody, if not Didi, then somebody. Somebody type it up real fast. Get it in the comments for me. I'm going to repeat it one more time. The law of cause and effect, the law of sowing and reaping, the law of increase, the law of circulation, the law of compensation, and the law of attraction. There you go, Nicole. That's my new partner right there. There you go, Nicole. Thank you. I got another typist, another scribe in the building. Yeah, good. I'm going to put you to work too, girl. You may as well get ready because I'm going to be calling on you. Like, all right, Nicole, write this down real quick. All right. So, all right, let's unpack real quick. Okay, I'm going to begin with the granddaddy of them all. It is the law of cause and effect. You cannot escape this law. This law is inescapable. It is inextricably tied to the universe, to how things operate. Everything in the universe, everything in nature, everything in life operates within the parameters of this law, the law of cause and effect. The law of cause and effect states that for every cause, there is a definite and specific corresponding cause. And for every effect, I just said that, didn't I? Yeah. For every cause, there is a definite and specific corresponding effect. And for every effect, there is a definite and specific corresponding cause. Okay? For every effect, there is a definite, specific, and corresponding cause. And for every cause, there is a specific and definite and corresponding effect that cannot be broken. This cause will always create this effect. Period. Okay? Cause and effect. This is a universal law upon which all the other laws are built. The law of cause and effect. You'll see sowing and reaping, compensation, circulation, all of them are built upon cause and effect. Further, this simply means that if, listen to this, this is very important, very key. I'm about to give you a magical key, because this simply means that if you take note of an effect that you desire for your life, all you need to do is find the cause. And if you find the cause, you can duplicate the cause and get the same effect. Did y'all catch what I just said? I said, if you take note of an effect that you desire to experience in your life, all you need do is find the corresponding cause. And if you duplicate the cause, you will get the same effect. That is another way of saying God is no respecter of persons. Now, people say that in one breath and then turn around in the next breath and talk about, God gave me favor over there. Now, how you going to have favor and God is no respecter of persons? Favor means that God is going to do something for you that he wouldn't do for somebody else. Favor says that he regards you higher than he regards someone else. God does not regard anyone higher than it does anyone else. We all have an equal opportunity and equal access to the same thing. That's what the law of cause and effect is about. The law of cause and effect says that, look, if it happened for them, it can also happen for you. If they have it, then you can have it. All you simply need to do is trace down the cause, duplicate that cause, and it will produce the same effect in your life. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Are you understanding what I'm saying? The key is finding the cause. We often get distracted by things that are not the cause that we think might be the cause. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Let me give you an example, because you will look at a person like Bill Gates, and so you will think, okay, I want to have Bill Gates kind of money. And you think that the cause is Microsoft. But the cause was not Microsoft. It was not the invention of Microsoft. The cause was the idea, the concept that he created within his mind, and then he applied passion to the creation and recognized that that passion gave light to his purpose in the earth, and followed that imagination to the passion and the purpose, and that purpose then produced prosperity. That is the cause. That's the causal of the effect. That's the causal seed that produced this effect. It wasn't Microsoft. It was him understanding what his purpose in life was, being passionate about it and pursuing it. And in pursuit, the prosperity began to come. Cause and effect. Cause and effect. You can't just sit and wish for it. You got to be willing to apply all the other principles, all the other seeds of causation that bring about the effect. Are you understanding me? So when I talk to you about tracing down the cause, don't get distracted by the little things that seem very apparent to everybody else. Well, he made his money from Microsoft. Or Jeff Bezos made his money from Amazon. Or this one made his money, Steve Jobs made his money from Apple. No, it wasn't the Apple or the Amazon or the Microsoft. It was the passion and the purpose of their life that produced this overwhelming prosperity. Please understand that prosperity is always tied to purpose, and purpose is always tied to passion. Woo! I taught this the other day, man. I'm telling you right now, you need to get that principle. You need to write that one down in your notebook, and you need to remind yourself that prosperity is always tied to purpose, and purpose is always tied to passion. Are you understanding what I'm saying? And that if you start to pursue what you are passionate about and understand that that passion is attached to the purpose of your life, prosperity will naturally come. Prosperity is the natural outgrowth of purpose. Let me say it again. Lord, that was real good. I'm going to repeat that one. That prosperity is the natural outgrowth of purpose. I will say it one more time for the people sitting in the back. Prosperity is the natural outgrowth of purpose. Man, I used my whole 10 minutes just dealing with law, cause, and effect. Y'all gonna have to just deal with it. I'm going over time. If you gotta go, you gotta go. That's fine. For the rest of you that are willing to hang in here and get the rest of these, then you just hang on with me, okay? Okay? Oh, there go Dee Dee now. Here she comes. She come putting up. Now you putting up them notes. Now you putting up notes. Now I had to call your name and wake you up and get you going, didn't I? All right. Prosperity is the natural outgrowth of purpose. All right, let me keep going. That's cause and effect. That's the granddaddy. That's the foundation. That's the substratum upon which all the others are built. Let's keep going. The law of sowing and reaping. You know this law because you've heard it, but you've misunderstood it. The scripture says in Galatians, it says, be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Let me say that again. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Let me say that again. I'm putting emphasis where emphasis needs to be because you have missed the emphasis of the particular text. This is what's the emphasis. This is the inferred part of the text. This is the most important part of the text. This is the meat of the text. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. What you sow is what you reap. You cannot sow one thing and reap another thing. You cannot sow apples and get oranges. It doesn't work that way. Let me say it again. You cannot sow an apple and get oranges. You cannot breed dogs and get giraffes. Are you understanding what I'm saying? What you sow is what you reap. So, ladies and gentlemen, the law of sowing and reaping says that whatever it is that you want to reap in your harvest, you got to be willing to sow it. In other words, you got to be willing to give it away. You got to give what you desire. Lord have mercy. Let me say it again. Woo! I said you need to give what you desire. Let me say it again for the people that are having a hard time swallowing this one because somebody told you that if you come and just put some water on the radio, you're going to get money. Money and water are not the same thing. You have to... Lord have mercy. Hey, God, you have to give what you desire to produce. Are you hearing what I'm saying? If it's money, then you have to be willing to give money. You can't be greedy. You can't be stingy. You can't be suspicious. You can't be resentful. You can't be resistant. You've got to give and cheerfully give. The scriptures teach you how to give. Cheerfully give, hilariously give, generously give, abundantly give. You've got to give what you desire to get. Many of you don't have any money because you don't want to give money. You're suspicious of everything and everybody. Oh my goodness. And I know there's been a whole lot of crooks and con men and con women that have been running scams and games for years, especially in the church world. And they made you sit there and then you start giving all this money toward this, that, and the other. And they were just taking all of the laws and twisting them all up and mixing them all together and telling you all kind of fables and lies. And then you didn't get the results. Well, you didn't get the results because they lied to you. But everybody ain't lying. And I'm here to tell you right now, I'm just telling you you straight out. If you want money, you got to give money. If you want money, you got to give money. If you want housing, then you got to give housing. I know you may not have a house to give away, but you can help somebody else pay their mortgage, help somebody else pay their rent. Then next thing you know, you paying a mortgage or you paying. Y'all hearing what I'm saying? What you sow is what you reap. Corresponding to each other. You want joy, you got to give somebody else joy. You want peace, you got to give somebody else peace. Be somebody's peace instead of the headache all the time. God almighty. You mean as a junkyard dog and then talking, I just want my peace. How you ain't getting no peace? You don't get nobody else peace. You mean as hell. And now you got the nerve to be telling me you want some peace. Oh, Lord, Ninja. I ain't even say that one. Ninja, you ain't getting no peace. You ain't gave peace to nobody else. You haven't been good to anybody else. You just as stingy as you want to be. You don't want to give. You don't want to help. You don't want to support. You don't want to do nothing for nobody else. And then you got the nerve to turn around and say, well, I ain't got nobody wanting to help me. Well, look at you. Look at the seeds that you've planted. Have you helped anybody else? Have you given and not expecting anything in return? Have you supported somebody else? Have you supported other people's businesses? If you haven't supported other businesses, how come then you can't be sitting up there getting mad because nobody's supporting yours? I'm getting nobody to holler back at me now. You don't want to talk to me now. You don't want to say amen now. Come on. What you sow is what you reap. Okay? So you have to give what you desire to produce. You've got to give what you desire to produce. And ladies and gentlemen, let me come back to the money thing, because money is the big thing that we all desire, but we're all not willing to do what it takes in order to have the money. Because there's some of you right now that's making more money now than you've ever made in your entire life, and yet you still struggling. You are struggling not because of the job that you have, not because you need a raise, not because you need more money, not because you need more resources. You are struggling because of how you handle money and what your relationship is with money. You're struggling because you're stingy. You are struggling because you don't like to give. You're struggling because you don't do the 4 things that money loves. Money is energy. It has a personality. And there are certain things that money absolutely adores. It loves. It is attracted to, and you don't do the things that money loves. Money loves management. Money loves movement. Money loves a mission. And then money loves, what's that last one? Momentum. There's the word. Money loves management. Money loves movement. Money needs a mission, and money loves momentum. You sitting up there just trying to scrunch and save and hold on to every little dime and nickel that you get. You squeeze a penny so hard a booger come out of Abraham Lincoln's nose. It's like, gracious. Talking about penny pinching. Good day. You hear Abraham Lincoln saying, ow, Grant, turn me loose, Lord. Okay, and then you wonder, it's like, well, oh man, I seem like I can't never have enough to come in to meet all that has to go out, and I'm making more money than I've ever made before. I look on paper, and I ought to be doing fine. I ought to be doing real good. For some reason, I don't have, because you don't have a right relationship with money. You don't like to give it. You don't like to manage it. You don't give it a mission. You don't create momentum for your money. You just want to try and hold on to it, like you know, and pinch it and hoard it and keep it as tight as you can, and have to pry it out of your hand. And you complain with every bill that you pay. Lord, I just slapped you right there. I know I slapped you. You complain with every bill that you pay. Instead of being grateful, instead of being thankful, instead of expressing gratitude that you are prosperous enough to be able to pay the bill, you complain about having to pay it. Now, it's not a bill somebody imposed on you. It's a bill you chose. You chose to have lights. You chose to get groceries. You chose to live in the apartment, the house, or the place that you are living in. Those are bills you chose. You chose to have Netflix, Hulu, and Prime, and all these other streaming. Ain't nobody forced that on you. These are bills you created and you chose. And then you got the nerve to sit up there and complain about bills that you chose. And then you wonder why you're struggling having to pay them, because you're not grateful for the fact that you've already been given the resources to be able to cover it. When you approach it with gratitude and gratefulness, then you start to create more of that source, of that resource rather, that you have, that you already have. But as long as you whining and complaining about it, you start draining it. Money doesn't like that. You kill the momentum of the money. You're killing the momentum because you whining and complaining about it. Shoot, this light bill getting on my nerve, this phone bill, great day. You the one who went and got the iPhone. You signed up for Verizon, AT&T, or all these other ones. You signed up for it. You picked out the plan that you were going to have. It's the same plan you have every single month. Ain't nobody forced it on you. Verizon didn't come kick your door in and say, you taking this plan and you're going to take this iPhone too. You chose it. You chose it. Didn't nobody go in on the car line and say, hey, this is a car, then the car payment's going to be $600 a month. You don't have a choice. You're going to take this car. You taking this car whether you want it or not. You went there and looked around and picked it out and put the money down, signed the contract, and drove it off the lot singing and shouting and look at what the Lord has done, friend. God. And then you're going to complain about the car payment and complain about the insurance and complain about getting it repaired and complain about the oil change and complain about the other maintenance. And ain't nobody going to talk to me now. Instead of showing the gratitude. Here's the thing. You complaining and you got the money to do it. And you got the nerve to complain. What kind of retarded foolishness? You got the money to pay it, and you sitting up there complaining and whining and mad and upset and stingy and regretting that you got to pay something that you created and you have the money to pay. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to, he ain't talking about me. Yes, I am. I'm talking about you. You. I'm talking about you. Hello? So you need to have the right attitude about it. Law of sowing and reaping. Okay, I got away from it. I got away from law of sowing and reaping. Great day. All right, stay with me. I'm going to get quicker. I am. I'm having fun, too. I'm allowed to have some fun while I'm teaching. Great day. But I'm gonna move quick because I know I've already had you on here for an hour and 15 minutes. Okay, so all right, so we got the law of cause and effect, the law of sowing and reaping. How about the law of increase? This ties in with the law of sowing and reaping and also the law of cause and effect. The law of increase says that everything that is released into the universe, released into the kingdom of God, released into the spirit world. I get tired of having to do all of these synonyms for the same thing. Y'all by now should know that when you talk about the universe, you're talking about the kingdom of God, you're talking about the spirit world. I shouldn't have to keep repeating that over and over again by now. So y'all got that, right? So ain't nobody finna get all bent out of shape. The universe ain't nothing for me. You stupid. You just plumb stupid. Plumb stupid. I don't believe in no universe. I believe in the kingdom of God. Same thing, stupid. Lord of mercy. And if you're offended, get off my live. I don't care. That's fine. Same thing. Kimora say, not stupid. Yeah, I just said it. Oh, Lord have mercy. I guess I'm feeling my Cheerios this morning. Okay, but but the laws that the law that governs the money is the law of increase. Is tied to the law of sowing and reaping and the law of cause and effect. It says whatever you release into the universe is going to return to you. That's the reaping part, but it's going to return to you in greater proportion than what you released it. Scripture says it like this: give and it shall be given unto you. Now that's the law of sowing and reaping. Okay? But then he says, let me show you the increase, law of increase. It's not just going to be given to you. It's going to be given to you good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Wait a minute. Hold on. That's just one resource that's been increased. Then it says, shall men Men is plural for man. It didn't say shall a man, shall men. So it's saying that that good measure, pressed down, shaken together, is going to come from several different revenue streams. It's going to approach you from 7 different revenue streams. Give into your bosom. And with the same measure you meet, it shall be measured to you again. That is proportionate return. In other words, you're not going to plant one seed and get a whole orchard, but you will plant one seed and get increase, get a tree that produces multiple fruit. There's your increase. But if you want an orchard, then your seed has got to be proportionate to orchard. You can't plant one seed and get an orchard. You got to plant an orchard amount of seed in order to grow an orchard in your field. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I gave $10. Where my million at? Are you silly? Are you stupid? Are you retarded? You ain't sowing $10 and gonna reap $1 million. That's not proportionate. That's not proportionate. That's the equivalent of sowing one little apple seed and expecting to get a whole apple orchard. That's not going to happen. I don't care what the prophet said. This $100 seed is going to make you a billionaire. He lied. They lying to you. They are conning you because they want that $100 out of your pocket. And so they make all kind of outlandish promises that you're going to get a whole, this $100 is going to give you your house. No, it's not. You sow this $100 seed and you're going to get a brand new car. No, you're not. They lying. I said it. They are lying to you because that is not proportionate. You sow that $100, you may get 1,000, you may get 1,500 or 5,000, but you are not going to go and get a $60,000 car because you gave a $100 seed. No, you are not. That's a lie. It's not proportionate. Are you hearing me? Your seed has to be proportionate to what you desire. And that's why you've got others who understand this principle and this law, has no problem saying to you, you need to sow $1,000 seed or a $2,000 seed, because that is proportionate to the vision that you're trying to manifest. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Or a $5,000 seed or a $10,000 seed, because it is proportionate to what it is that you're trying to manifest. But ain't no bargain basements, ain't no clearance sales taking place in the kingdom. Oh, Lord. Oh, I tickle myself. There are no bargain basements. There are no clearance sales in the kingdom. Buy one, get one free. I tickle myself. Oh, God, that is too funny. Oh, it just doesn't work that way, people. It does not work that way. And that's why you're so frustrated and suspicious right now of every man and woman of God, because they come along and they start making all these outlandish promises, and you done followed in behind that mess, and then it didn't work, and now you sitting there going like, well, now you mad. Now you big man. Go buy your cape, you'll be Superman. They lied and you were stupid enough to believe the lie. Oh my goodness. It doesn't work that way. Your seed has to be proportionate to the harvest. What you desire to manifest, you sow proportionate to that. That's what the same measure you meet shall be measured unto you again. That's proportionality. So, sowing and reaping, give, and it shall be given unto you. Increase, pressed down, shaken together, running over, shall men. Okay? And then proportionality. Same measure you meet shall be measured unto you again. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? All right. And what you sow is what you reap. All right. Let's talk about circulation. There's another text in 2 Corinthians, rather, that says whoever will sow abundantly reaps abundantly, and those who sow sparingly will reap sparingly. Now, you thought that had to do with amount. It didn't have to do with amount. It's talking about frequency. He's saying if you sow frequently, consistently, then you will reap consistently. But if you sow sparingly, infrequently, inconsistently, then you reap inconsistently. Some of you get upset, frustrated, and mad because you sowed a seed in 2021 and you expecting to keep getting a harvest in 2024. I paid my tithes in 2021. I ain't seen no return. Like it's supposed. It happened one time, but I ain't seen no more return since then. You haven't tithed since then. You haven't given since then. You think you're going to plant one seed and then you're going to reap a harvest for the next 10 years? Oh, goodness, I'm laughing because that is the mindset so many people have when it comes to money. I give. Oh, I give all that. When's the last time you gave? 6 months ago. So if you give inconsistently, then you reap inconsistently. Okay? You give, and then somewhere down the road, here comes your harvest. And then you still sitting there waiting for the next harvest, but you haven't given anything more. No. Circulation says if you want to create circulation, a constant flow, a cyclical event in your life where money is constantly flowing into your life, you've got to be constantly putting more seed in the ground. The more seed, the more often you put seed in the ground, the more often you get a harvest. So while you are planting, your harvest is coming up behind you. While you are planting, the harvest is coming up behind you. You plant, get a harvest, and then sit back and enjoy the harvest and eat and drink and be merry and spend all your harvest on everything that you can think of, and then sit back like, it done ran out now. What is I'm gonna do now? Well, I guess I go out and plant some more seed. But if you want to keep a constant flow of harvest coming in, there's got to be a constant flow of seed going in the ground. That is the law of circulation. That is the law of, you create a cyclical event, a cyclical cycle within your life where you have a constant flow coming into your life. You got to not just give, but become a giver. Ooh, let me say that again. You got to be not just give, but become a giver. Become a giver. That giving is your first reflex. It's your first response. You are looking for opportunities and ways to be able to give. Now, we're talking about money because money is the central thing that we talk about, that everybody's saying that you desire. But it doesn't have to just be money. You give of your time. You give of your energy. You give of your idea. You give of your creativity. You give of your ability. You give of your talent. All of these things. But know that what you give is what you receive. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I said, are you hearing what I'm saying? Okay. And you got to be consistent about that. Giving has to become a part of your nature. Giving has to be as much a part of you as receiving, more a part of you. It is more blessed for you to give than it is to receive. Now, let me explain what that text really means. It is more blessed to give than receive. Because for some of you, that's like, I don't get that one, because, honey, I love receiving. Receiving is pretty nice. I don't know what you mean. But think about what it's saying. It is saying, it is more blessed to be in the position where you have need of nothing and you can always just give than to be in the position where you always are in need of someone to give to you. It's more blessed to be the man that gives into the bosom, good measure pressed down and shaken together, than it is to be the one receiving the good measure pressed down and shaken together, because you're receiving it to replenish and supply. But if you're giving it, it's because you already have a supply. You already have plenty. You're giving out of your abundance. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Okay? So that is the law of circulation. I'm trying to hurry through. I got two more real quick. The law of compensation. Here it is. The law of compensation is the law that says that a person will always be compensated for all of their good and their contributions, no matter what the effort, no matter how much or how little, you will always be compensated for what you do. That the law of compensation is about maintaining a balance in the universe. The universe will never have a debt. Woo, let me say that again. The universe will never have a debt. The kingdom does not operate on a debt. The kingdom doesn't owe you nothing. Nothing. Because the kingdom always pays its debt. It is always going to make sure that the books are balanced. So whatever you do, you are going to be compensated for it. The compensation may not come from the person you did it for, or the place or the thing that you did it for, but compensation is going to follow. You will always be compensated for what you do, and your compensation will be proportionate to what you did. Did you hear what I said? Proportionality. Proportionality. Okay? You will always be compensated. You don't have to get the thank you from them. You don't have to get a thank you or an appreciation from the people that you did it for. Man, this one used to eat me alive. It used to eat me alive because I would be running myself ragged, killing myself, knocking myself out, doing for this one, that one, and the other. And when it was time for an appreciation, those same people that I would run myself ragged for wouldn't do jack Jiminy nothing for me, didn't even think about me. And it would just eat me alive until I understood the law of compensation, that you're going to always be compensated, and it may not come from the ones that you did it for. Ooh, did you hear what I need for you to swallow this one right here. It may not come from the people that you did it for. It may not come from the people that should appreciate you the most. It will, but it will come. And what they will not do, man, the kingdom will bring all these other people, places, and things into your life to compensate you, because the kingdom is always going to balance the book. You're going to get what you deserve. Did you hear what I said? You are going to get what you deserve. If you don't cram it up and mess it up by sitting up there complaining about, I did this for them and I did that and they ain't did this and they ain't do, and they do it. That was me. That was me. I did it. I sure did. Because I felt like I deserved it, and the people that should have did it, they're the ones who should do it. And when they didn't do it, I got mad. I got angry, resentful, bitter. I did. Not knowing I was cutting off my nose to spite my face. Compensation is coming. Don't expect the compensation from them. If it comes from them, wonderful. But if it doesn't, that's wonderful too. Compensation is promised by the kingdom, not by anybody else. Did you, God, Lord, let me say that. I said compensation is guaranteed and promised by the kingdom, not by anybody else. And certainly not by the people that you're doing for. You're not guaranteed to get any compensation from them. But you are guaranteed by the kingdom that you will be compensated, that the books will be cleared, that the balance will be paid, and you will get what you deserve. Woo. Do you hear what I say? Last one, I got to go. Grad, day in the morning. This is an hour and 28 minutes. Okay. So I really went over today. But y'all hung in there. I appreciate you hanging in. Yeah, I appreciate it. There you go, Toy Girl. I was wondering where you were. I ain't mean to call you out like that, but it just, I got happy when I saw you. Toya, like, just call my name, dude. I ain't mean to call you out like that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you out. I missed you. I'm so used to you being on here. So, when I ain't see you, I was like, what in the world is Toya? All right. Last one. So we talked about the law of cause and effects, the law of sowing and reaping, the law of increase, law of circulation, law of compensation, and finally, the law of attraction, which you could kind of call the law of vibration. They're kind of almost the same thing. Okay? you attract, and this is the simplest way to explain the law of attraction. It is so simple. You attract who you are. That's it. That is the simplest, easiest, most concise way of saying it. You attract who you are. Everything is energy. Everything comes and flows through energy. When you become, that is, you align yourself with the frequency and the vibration or the energy of the thing that you desire, you attract it to you. That's just it. You want good people, be a good person, and you'll attract good people. How come I keep attracting all these knuckleheads? Because you're a knucklehead. Yeah. See, y'all don't like me. Y'all don't like me, but I'm just telling the truth. Yeah, I'm just telling the truth. You attract who you are. You keep attracting the same kinds of people. You don't need to get mad at people and start passing an indictment on people. You need to look at you. Listen to me. There are good men out there. There are good women out there. There are good people out there. If you keep attracting the same kind of man over and over and over again, it's not because all men are bad, all men are dogs, all men are this, that, and the other. It's because you attract who you are. You keep attracting the same kind of woman that's a gold digger, that's trying to take advantage of you, hurting your feelings, lying and cheating on you, doing this, that, and the other. It's not because all women are this and all women are that. It's because you are attracting who you are. You are the common denominator. In all of those jacked up relationships, all those bad relationships, and all of those traumatic and terrible, horrendous, heartbreaking relationships, you are the common denominator. You were the one that was in them. And you attracted them to, no, I didn't. They were attracted to me. Yeah, but guess what? You were attracted to them. Otherwise, how'd you get into the relationship? So it's not just who's attracted to you, but you got to examine who are you attracted to? Why do you keep being attracted to losers? Why do you keep being attracted to abusers? Why do you keep being attracted to them? I know. See, I was supposed to put some oil on you and rub you down with salve and make you feel good and blame it on the devil and demons and spirits and that, the devil after your anointing. Oh my goodness. Nope. It's you. It's you. You are operating in that vibration. You are moving and operating and functioning in the vibrational frequency that attracts that to you and that you are attracted to. So the problem is you. It's not men. It's not the environment. It's not the city that you living in. It's not the county. It's not the state that you're in. It's not black men, white men, Asian men, this other kind of man, or black woman, white woman, or Asian woman, or that kind of one. It's you. I know your other pastor and preacher ain't going to tell you that. Your coach, your life coach ain't going to tell you that. Everybody else going to tell you that it's everybody else's fault. You are the problem. Maybe you just need to go to different places, be in different surroundings. No, you tried that, and you still are attracted to the same kind of Negro. You had a poor abuser and a rich abuser. You had a poor liar and a richer liar. You ain't said nothing. Liars that were bums and liars that had good jobs. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that. It's got to do with you. Because you probably a liar too. Oh, goodness. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. You are I'm sorry, I am tickled. You attract who you are. So you need to become what you desire. Become what you attract. How you gonna sit there talking about, I want a man that makes 6 figures? Do you make 6 figures? Don't be taking me to no Olive Garden, taking me to Pepperoni. Do you take yourself to Pepperoni? Can you even pronounce Pepperoni? Do you? You know good and well. You eat at McDonald's all the time. Now all of a sudden, it's like, I can't believe you want to take me to McDonald's. Well, you clearly like McDonald's. You eat there all the time. Oh, goodness. Oh, Lord, I'm having too much fun. But I'm telling you the truth, though. You need to become what you desire to attract. Become it. Become it. Become it. No, I don't agree with that, because some of us are empaths, and I have a healing spirit, so I attract people that are broken. Well, yeah, you attract them to heal them, not to be in a relationship with them. Wait, are we getting this confused? Are you attracting them to be in a relationship? Are you thinking that broken person is supposed to be your mate? You're supposed to be attracting them to heal, not to be a mate. Oh, clinician, you're trying to marry your patient. Whoops. And then you wondering why it's not working out. Well, stupid. You weren't supposed to marry your patient. You were supposed to heal them. Ooh, this is good to me down in my soul. It's good. I don't know if it's good to y'all, but it's sure good to me right now. Are you hearing me? Do you hear me? Because that will never work. It'll never work. Huh? You attract who you are. Become what you desire to attract. You want to attract money? Become wealthy, prosperous. Act in that way, move in that way, think in that way, talk in that way, carry yourself in that way. You align yourself with the frequency of money, and money flows to you naturally, effortlessly. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Okay, and I ain't talking about faking it till you making it. I ain't talking about faking it. I'm talking about being it. Don't fake it. Be it. Be it. Be it, and it'll flow to you. It will flow effortlessly to you. Your whole circle will change when you change. Your environment will change when you change. Your connections will change when you change. Are you hearing me? Your network will change when you change. One of the partners with Emerge, Theresa, she's on here right now. She always makes this statement, and it is true. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. That is a way of saying when you become, you attract what is necessary to align with what you become. Hello? Mm-hmm. Law of cause and effect, law of sowing and reaping, law of increase, law of circulation, law of compensation, and the law of attraction or law of vibration, same thing. 6 laws of abundance. If you interact with these laws correctly in the way that we've taught, you'll experience untold, limitless abundance. But if you interact with them adversely, you'll get the adverse effect. And like I said to you at the very beginning, at the top, if you don't have the right mindset about yourself, these laws won't do you no good. You can't interact with them correctly as long as you think that you're unworthy. You think that you're some poor, pitiful sinner. Poor, pitiful pilgrim passing through, just trying to make heaven your home. You will get zero, the bare minimum, trying to just get over, and you'll barely make it in. Are you hearing me? So I need you to start by shifting your mindset about you, and then start applying these laws. Man, I released so much good information in this live today, in this empowerment session. I released a wealth of them. If you don't ever listen to anything else in your life, there is enough that I gave you in this hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes. Okay? For you to feast on for at least the next 30 to 40 years of your life. If you can get this down pat, you will revolutionize your life. Change it forever. I promise you it works. 100% guarantee it works. All right? All right, we're getting ready to sign off in just a few moments. See people jumping off real quick, because and those are the stingy folk. They're the ones. They're the ones, and they're going to always be in the same position. Okay? But I want to give you an opportunity to worship through giving. As you know, well, giving is the highest form of worship. It's the most pure form of worship. Okay? So I want to give you an opportunity to be able to worship through your giving this morning. And I want you to give a seed or give an offering that is proportionate to what you desire to reap as your harvest. Okay? So don't give $20 and expect 20 million. That's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. Okay? Give in proportion to what it is that you desire to receive. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over shall men give into your bosom. The same measure you meet, proportionality, will be measured unto you again. So I'm going to put on the screen right now, here are the ways and methods by which you can give this morning. Give in proportion to what it is that you desire to receive. You can use Cashapp, Zelle, or PayPal. All the information that you need is right there on your screen right now. Give a gift that is proportionate to what it is that you desire to receive. So you know you're trying to manifest a big dream, a big vision. You need to give a seed that is proportionate to that vision. You need to give an offering or a sacrifice that is proportionate to that vision. If you're just trying to get just enough money to get by, then give a seed in proportion that is proportionate to you just getting by. You go ahead and give that $10, $20, $50, and you'll reap enough for you to be able to get by. But if you're trying to manifest something great, then you've got to go ahead and get into the sacrificial lane. You got to start giving that which is a sacrifice that costs you something to give. $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000. Proportionate to what it is that you want to receive. Now, if you're going to give anything in the $1,500 and above range, then I'm going to ask that you use Zelle or PayPal. Don't do it with Cashapp, because with Cashapp, they get kind of funny with anything over $1,500. Okay? Use Zelle or use PayPal, and it'll go through easily. It'll go through smoothly. But if you're going to give underneath that, then you can use all things. Anything under $1,500, you can use any one of those three. Give in proportion to what it is that you're desiring to manifest. Go ahead and send your seed right now. Those of you who are partners with Emerge, make sure that you've already taken care of your partner fees for this month. But also, you know what we're doing inside of the partner portal. So give accordingly. You already know. I don't need to talk about that out here on the public platform. You already know about Vision Seed and everything else. So you give in accordance with what we're doing within the portal. All right? Thank you all for tuning in and for being a part of this live and this wonderful time of sharing. I know you were empowered and you were blessed. And for that reason, I know that you'll come back and you'll be with us again on next Sunday. But I need to encourage you to become a partner with Emerge. I want to encourage you to become an Emerge partner. Just shoot me an email to the email address you see on your screen and simply write just these 3 words: I want in. That's all. I want in. You do that, and I will send you an Emerge information pack that gives you all the information about Emerge, its vision, its mission. It explains partnership to you. And all you have to do is sign the partnership agreement and send it back to me, and you're in. Immediately, you'll be received into the Emerge family. I'll send you an invitation to the partner portal so that you'll have access to the private Facebook group for the partners, where they receive outpourings and input and prophetic insight on a regular basis. There is so much that is involved and so many benefits to being a partner with the Emerge movement. I invite you to consider becoming a partner today. Do it right now. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you on next week.
Some of you are even afraid to dream, afraid to imagine. But I'm here to tell you that you are an infinite, limitless, boundless being. Are you willing to do what is necessary to have what you desire?
You've been listening to Apostle Isaac Miles, the disruptive innovator, a mentor, an author, a motivational speaker, an entrepreneur, and the founder and spiritual director at emergelec Life Enrichment Center. Please take a minute to subscribe, like, and share this page. If you'd like to become a partner, you can do so by emailing us at emerge.lifecenter@gmail.com. Again, that's emerge.lifecenter@gmail.com. Once again, thank you for watching.